Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise today in support of Amendment A11448. Mr. Speaker, I come at this from a little different angle. My grandfather, when he came to the country, eventually settled down into a job where he owned a beer distributor. And after him, my father owned a beer distributor. And fortunately for me, I was in a position where I also was running the beer distributor. That's third generation, Mr. Speaker. The reality is that every day we were in business, we wondered what is going to happen to the value of our business. Is anything ever going to change in Harrisburg that is going to take away the value from what we do for a living? And I'll tell you what, Mr. Speaker, it was a scary thought that any day our livelihood would go away. Well, eventually 5 years ago, my father did pass away. But before he did, he sold his beer distributor for slightly less than what he had paid for it 18 years prior to that. This situation is one that is occurring over and over again in the families, the mom and pops that are running the beer distributors right out there. And there are families that are trying to turn it over to the generations, and they don't know that it makes sense for the younger generations to get in the business. This amendment, this concept, is the first one in 30 years that takes into consideration the mom and pop beer distributors that are out there. Mr. Speaker, with this amendment, they'll have an option. For those that have turned it over to the next generation, they'll be able to expand and innovate and sell more products. And the ones that do it best are going to thrive. And for those that are at the end of their career and they're ready to get out, there's an option for a value in their license that is increasing. A worthy product for them to retire on. So either the families that look to continue or those that are looking to get out, privatization, as proposed by Representative Torzai, is the right direction to go for those folks. And again, Mr. Speaker, I'll remind you that's the first time this legislator have ever taken into consideration what we're going to do with people that have lived by the rules that are out there, and how are we going to take care of them as we move forward. This amendment does it, and I encourage a yes vote. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.